I'm Jack Carney. Right behind me is the fabulous Fox Theater. There was talk that it might have to be torn down, but a group of concerned citizens put up the money and the time and the love and put it back together as a festival, as a way of celebrating the opening or the reopening of one of the most beautiful movie houses in the world. We're visiting on stage with our radio program for a full week, and you'll have a chance to peek in on cable TV.
Live from the stage of the fabulous Fox Theater at Grand Center in Midtown St. Louis, Missouri, KMOX Radio proudly presents The Jack Carney Show. With the Eddie Samuels Orchestra. Banjo virtuoso John Becker. Songstress Jeannie Trevor. Stan Can at the mighty Fox Wurlitzer organ. And featuring the famed Eddie Fisher. And now here's Jack Carney. Yeah. Yeah. Don't stand, please. Don't. Nobody ever did that before. You put this up, didn't you? While you're standing, we're going to take a collection. Stay right there. Thank you.
Hold on. We got one little bit of business to take care of before we get into the proceedings at hand. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you all to give a very big hand to Mr. Tom Zisch, the president of the St. Louis Board of Aldermen. Mr. Zisch.
Jack, I'd just like to take a couple minutes to express some well wishes from the Board of Aldermen of the City of St. Louis, who has adopted the following resolution. Whereas since coming to St. Louis in 1971, as a member of the staff of KMOX and CBS radio station, Mr. Jack Carney has labored tirelessly to make our city a better place in which to live, work, and enjoy. And whereas in his continuing efforts to acquaint the nation with the outstanding qualities of this city, he established 3 years ago the biggest annual individual parade in the city's history, now known as the Jack Carney Parade. And whereas his current most successful project will cover 5 days live from the stage of the newly refurbished, nationally identified, fabulous Fox Theater, presenting stars of the world of entertainment, including Phyllis Diller, Stan Can, Mitch Miller, Eddie Fisher, and Maestro Leonard Slacken. Now therefore be it resolved by this honorable Board of Aldermen that the presence of Mr. Carney, with his many unusual projects, constitute the kind of positive programs for the good of our city, and in the very best public interest, and further, that we wish for him continuance in his residency here, applaud his past achievements, and look forward to more of the same in the future. The only thing that can be more fabulous than the fabulous Fox is the work of the constant efforts of Jack Carney at the fabulous Fox. Jack, thank you very much.
Well, the day is full of surprises. That's very nice, and I really don't deserve it. But I've got a little arthritis, and I don't deserve that either. So I figure it all evens out in the wash. We have a very big day coming up, and I want you to know, if you're here for the first time, that what you see basically is what you get in the studios back at KMOX. We're basically doing our radio show. We're not trying to do it like a television show. There's no teleprompters. If we have something to read, we read it. If the guy has on a dirty shirt, he has on a dirty shirt. That's just the way it's going to be. So it's going to be very informal. You get comfortable in the audience because I think you'll have fun. Eddie Fisher is standing backstage. He looks really terrific. We had a chance to talk last night. And, he was married to Elizabeth Taylor, Debbie Reynolds, Connie Stevens. I don't know how he got up from the dinner table last night. Well, you're going to meet him. He's a fabulous, and we haven't done a show together since here on KMOX since 1972 or 73. He was here, and if anything, he looks even younger and better today than he did then. 2 ladies just came up from the audience, and you're right by a microphone there, Cheryl.
Jack, on the behalf of the Schnucks Markets in the city of St. Louis, we want to congratulate you, Jack Carney, for a fabulous week at the Fabulous Fox.
Well, isn't that nice? And they brought a cake with them. It's heavy. Well, let me take it, Rosemary. Thank you very much, and thanks to everybody at Schnucks. Rosemary and Cheryl, can somebody come get this for me? I'm going to arrange after the show. We'll cut this cake, and we'll get, as far as it'll go, you'll get some. I promise. Promise that. Also, we have other things. When you leave the theater today, I'll tell you about that. But we're running behind, though, because I want you to meet our guests and so on. Ron and Shirley Price are here from Ron and Shirley's restaurant. In fact, I even have a note that says that Ron Jr., who is just the neatest young guy in the world, is engaged to be married, and I lost the card, to a girl who is the Playboy Bunny of the Year. Playboy Bunny of the Year. I've got it here. And that's, Dolly Sutton is here from Meals on Wheels. Ron Price Jr. is engaged to the Playboy Bunny of the Year. Is the girl here with you? Would she be shy? What's her first name? Patty. Patty, would you be embarrassed if I asked you to stand up and hop around? Ronnie, stand up with her, turn and face the audience. This will be Mr. and Mrs. Ron Price Jr. Isn't she beautiful? Ronnie, how old are you now? He's 22? That's old enough to get married. Now, let me introduce one of my favorite people, and she sings like an angel, and she's such a doll with Eddie Samuels and his orchestra. Here is Jeannie Trevor. Jeannie.
Thank you, and good morning. I hate to see evening sun go down. No, I hate to see it. Evening sun go down. That no good man I love, he's left this town. If I'm feeling tomorrow like I feel today, if I'm feeling tomorrow like I feel today, yeah, gonna pack my bag, yes, make my getaway. St. Louis woman, all the diamond rings, pulls that man around by her apron strings. Lord, if it wasn't for powder, or that snowboard hair, I know the man I love wouldn't go nowhere, nowhere. I'm the St. Louis blues, blue as I can be, yeah. Everybody, yeah, St. Louis blues, blue as I can be, yeah. I've got the St. Louis blues. I said, Lord, have mercy on me. That's it, everybody. The blues goes on and on. Take it, Eddie. Yeah. One more time, Eddie. Yeah. St. Louis woman, all those diamond rings, pulls that man round by her apron strings. Lord, if it wasn't for powder, store-bought hair, I know the man I love wouldn't go nowhere, nowhere. I'm gonna St. Louis blues, blues as I can be. I've got the St. Louis blues, blue as I can be. I got the St. Louis blues, got the St. Louis blues, got the St. Louis blues. Lord have mercy on me, have a little bit of mercy on me, oh Lord. Thank you, thank you.
Well, in a minute you'll meet Eddie Fisher.
Jeannie Trevor and the Lloyd Bartlett Trio for the Leather and Cloth Warehouse.
You know, one of the most important things for a singer to develop is style. And that means the way you look, too. And today's look is leather for guys and gals. Leather coats and jackets have styles that last.
Whatever the weather, you love it and
The Leather and Cloth Warehouse, downtown St. Anne and East St. Louis.
I do one thing. I tap, tap, and tap. Because when you concentrate on one thing, work out all the steps, you can reach the top. Like Kentucky Fried Chicken. Their specialty is chicken. And the steps they take to make it right can't be duplicated. They take the best chicken and cook it up fresh the Colonel's special way. It's so good, you can taste it right down to your toes.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do chicken right.
Get set for prime time college football this fall on Superstation WTBS. You'll see the hits, the kicks, and the scores. Each week you'll see top teams like Clemson, Washington, SMU, Texas A&M, and Florida State go at it. Only on Superstation WTBS.
Midwest is having a big, famous brand name carpet sale. Hundreds of rolls of America's finest wall-to-wall carpeting are ticketed for sale now. Hurry in and save up to 40% on fine Midwest carpeting. And here's a big installation bonus for you. Midwest will install the carpeting purchased this week for only $1 a square yard. Only $1 a square yard during this famous brand name sale at these locations.
In Bridgeton on St. Charles Rock Road, in South St. Louis on Lee May Ferry, and on Route 111 in Wood River, Illinois.
St. Louis Federal and Prudential Savings join together to give you the highest insured rates on 30-month money market certificates. This week are an 11.8% interest.
The definitive barbecue taste in St. Louis. Back in the 1940s, Ray Manning, and I've known Ray, it seems like all of my life, was the morning man on radio station WIL. He's been in radio here for many, 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 many years. And I want Ray to come out now. Please welcome Ray Manning to the stage, and then I'm going to tell you what we're going to have him do. Come over to this one, Raymond. What was that called in the morning on WIL? I remember so well. I'd be in my playpen, and you'd come on the radio.
Jack, I used to do the Breakfast Club program.
Yeah.
And then I did the Ray Manning Show.
Yeah, that's a cute name.
That was quite an original name. Then I would come back again after about 2 hours, and I did a program of poetry and prose, much of the poetry my own, called Random Thoughts. And then I would come back and I did the Dawn Patrol program, which ran from 11:05 until 1:30 in the morning.
He probably was getting $60 a week, though. It isn't like he was working 18 hours a day for nothing, right?
That's true.
Those were the days. Well, I asked Ray to come because on this very stage, to come today, back in 1954, Eddie Fisher appeared here at the Fox. And Ray introduced him then, 1954, 74. That's 28 years ago.
Right.
I was 11 years old. I remember at school the teacher turned on the radio and let us listen. So I thought today, keeping with this nostalgic feeling at the Fox Theater, I thought we'd have Ray rather than myself. I'm far too young to remember Eddie Fisher anyway. We'd have Ray do the official introduction. Give me a little a fanfare, could I please have?
Thank you very much, Jack.
Wait a minute.
What?
Excuse me just a minute while I introduce the band. Eddie, I want you to meet Mr. Ceccarini. Mr. Ceccarini, I want you to meet Joe. They've obviously never worked together. Come on, give me something with a little... Do it, Ray.
Okay. It's a great pleasure to be with you here in the fantastically fabulous Fox Theater. And I just want to say at the beginning that I'm beholden to my longtime friend Jack Carney for this opportunity to sort of relive the good old days of the 1950s, the joys and the excitement that I experienced right here on this stage. You may be wondering about this card in my hand. This is my own little headline cue card. You can't get anything out of Jack. I mean, he's so busy. I've been at every show this week, and I've been saying, Jack, when am I going to be on? How long am I going to be on? And he would never tell me. So I prepared about 10 minutes worth of material, and this is a little card with headlines, or I thought it was, because I used to be like Jack in the old days. There's a quality of glibness. If you'd put a microphone in front of me, I could talk for 2 hours without ever having a thought cross my mind. But I decided I better prepare this card, and I just pulled it out of my pocket. And do you know what the card says? Ray Manning. I don't know how that happened, but that's what it says. At any rate, I know
Eddie Fisher just went back to the airport.
I know the reason I am here, and I think I can cover that pretty well. But I was just thinking as I was coming out, many thoughts cross your mind when you look out on a vast audience like this, and I thought, you know, you can read all of the statistics in the world, and you can listen to the economists and the commentators and read the editorial page, but you never know what 9% unemployment means until you see a vast group of people like this. Back in 1954, it was a very magic time.
Tell Eddie to wait, I'm going with him.
It was a very magic time for me. I was a disc jockey and a program host, and Eddie Fisher was the king of them all. I think in that time, Eddie established a record that is as yet unmatched of having 22, count them, million selling records consecutively, one after the other. It was unbelievable. The big thing that happened that made the Harvest Moon Festival in 1954 on the stage of the Fox especially important and enjoyable was that the prior Wednesday, October 20th, an announcement came from Hollywood that Debbie Reynolds and Eddie Fisher were engaged. This was something like what happened more recently over in England when the wedding was announced there. The whole country was involved because you had Eddie Fisher, who was the king of popular music, and you had a reigning Hollywood queen, 25-year-old Eddie, 22-year-old Debbie, just fantastic. So on one of the performances, when Eddie was out here at the microphone, what to everybody's amazement should happen, but that the Hollywood queen came in the back door and she said, "Shh, don't let him know I'm here." But he somehow sensed it and brought her out here on stage for a kiss and to get her to go along with him in his program. So it is that the king of the popular music in those days, our star then and our star now, is none other than Eddie Fisher.
cause of the nation. Let those who will take care of its rights and wrongs. What care I, who cares for the world's affairs? As long as I can sing its popular songs. Let me sing a funny song with crazy words that roll along. And if my song can make you laughing, I'm happy, so happy. Let me sing a sad refrain of broken hearts that loved in vain. If my song can start you crying, I'm happy. Let me croon a low-down blues to lift you out of your seat. And if my song can reach your shoes, start you tapping your feet, I'm happy. Let me sing of Dixie's charms, the cotton fields and my mother's arms. If my song can make you homesick, I'm happy. Eddie Samuels. I'm happy. Let me sing a funny song, crazy words that roll along. If my song can start you laughing, I'm happy. I'm happy with you. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know what what's supposed to happen now. Huh? So we'll do anything. What is it? Oh yeah, this is a song this was my first. Well, we got a lot of time. We're gonna do 22 songs. But this was my first million seller, and it goes like this. Good at first note, Eddie. Anytime you're feeling lonely, anytime you're feeling blue, anytime you feel downhearted, that'll prove your love for me is true. Anytime you're thinking about me, that's the time I'll be thinking of you. So anytime you say you're gonna want me back again, that's the time I'm gonna come back home to you. Sing it with me. Anytime you're feeling lonely, you're feeling lonely. Anytime you're feeling blue, anytime you're feeling blue. Anytime you feel downhearted. Anytime you feel downhearted, that'll prove your love for me is true. Anytime you're thinking about me, that's the time I'll be thinking of you. So anytime you say you're gonna want me back again, that's the time I'm gonna come back home to you. Where were you, Jack?
All right, singing right along. We changed to, we're going to do another song by you.
Are you going to sing with me?
No, but I'll watch loudly.
All right.
So far, so good, okay? Huh? Let me take a minute out, then we'll continue. But why is it that we know the words to every one of your songs? I'm serious. I sang any time from beginning to end. I didn't miss one word. Why? Right?
I don't believe you, Jack.
You don't have to ask me twice, big boy. Try it. No, isn't that a fair question? Songs come, songs go. But when we were talking, or Ray was talking about all the big hit records you've had, I know most of the words to those songs. I heard them a million times, but I heard a lot of songs a million times. A lot of the songs you did had lyrics that stick.
Well, they're very simple. Huh?
I'd hit him, but I know what he's been through. It's been a terrible thing. Let's face it, I'm a married man, but if I weren't married today, I'd consider you, Eddie, to be kind of a master of romance. And I was thinking, a couple of things I would ask you, just as by way of advice. Now,
Well, I did. I took a long hiatus for a while.
Yeah.
And I did become. I wasn't idle. I became a marriage counselor.
Really?
Not really. Not really.
Well, we've got newlyweds to be out here. Ronnie Price Jr. and his wife, or wife to be. She's the Playboy Bunny of the Year. They're going to be married, and I thought maybe on his behalf, you could give me an idea about the accoutrements of romance. I mentioned a fireplace and things like that, but you've been successful in the romance department. What have you found, aside from your looks and your personality, what have you found that was your most formidable, the weapon that melted reserves?
Money.
Where's Marcel? Isn't he here today? I just looked. He went to that's all right. He went to the... Before we return to Eddie Fisher with more wonderful advice, imagine, if you can, the very finest names. I bet you bought enough dining room sets in your life, Eddie Fisher. We could fill this room with dining room furniture.
Right.
Really?
Yes.
Well, there's a big sale going on at Craig Furniture Decorators, and anyone who might be thinking about setting up house.
I'm thinking of it again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But she said no so far.
Yeah, but you're not going to let that dissuade you.
No, I'm going to keep trying.
How many times have you asked her?
I ask her all the time. I haven't seen her in 9 days.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask her again.
Yeah?
But I got a hunch she's too smart.
To do it?
Yes.
Yeah. What did she tell you? Did she just say no, or no because?
She says no because of your pattern.
Your pattern isn't any worse than a lot of patterns around. It isn't like you Tommy Manville running to the altar 10, 12 times.
It sure ain't. But the 3 I had equaled his.
Yeah. You did get a lot of coverage, didn't you? Yes. Yeah.